Breaking news. This is Fergie in the house, and I am outside the courthouse of the McCulloch versus Maryland case. What is this case? This case started when McCulloch refused to pay a tax to the state. Oh wait, here comes McCulloch now. May I have a statement?
Hey Fergie, my name's McCulloch. The National Bank was created to conduct financial operations in a constitutional manner. The Necessary and Proper Clause, or the Elastic Clause, stated in Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution, states that Congress can exercise powers not stated in the Constitution in order to perform their duties and benefit the nation as a whole. Clearly, the Second Bank of the United States falls into this category. However, the Maryland tax is obviously designed to destroy this institution and put state interests above the national. Thank you.
Thank you. Here comes Maryland. Maryland, how do you feel about this case?
Well, after the war, the states needed a way to bring in revenue. Therefore, a small tax seemed reasonable on the national bank. This bank isn't even constitutional in the first place, since the 10th Amendment gives all powers not explicitly stated in the Constitution to the states. And I don't see a Blake clause anywhere. So, I don't understand this frickin' issue. This is horseradish.
As you can see, the feelings are not mutual and the stakes are high. Back to KP in the studio.
Thank you, Fergie. Here we have the latest update on the McCulloch versus Maryland case. John Marshall, a known Federalist, is rumored to be leaning in favor of McCulloch. The Second Bank of the United States would centralize the federal government's power and stabilize the national economy after the costly War of 1812. Back to you, Fergie.
Here comes Chief Justice John Marshall. Can you give me any insight on the case?
You know, as we're still here in the early stages of the case, we don't have too much information to provide to the public, but McCulloch does bring up a good case with the doctrine of implied powers of Alexander Hamilton, which states that even though something may not be explicitly written in the Constitution, it can be implied that the federal government has those powers. However, this argument goes the other way as well for Maryland, as they're stating that since those rights are not explicitly written in the Constitution, they cannot impose those on the states. So it'll be interesting to see how the jury decides and how this plays out in the end.
Thank you. You can go now. An argument just broke out in the courtroom. Follow me to take a look at the inside scene.
Yeah, the states need power.
The Elastic Clause is written explicitly in the Constitution. Therefore, it's way over something in the Bill of Rights.
Yes, but the people have their rights as well. And so the Bill of Rights is for the people.
Okay, don't talk to me about for the people. The Second Bank of the United States protects the people's economic interests. Therefore, the Second Bank of the United States is way more for the people than the Bill of Rights.
Yes, but you want to go, Constitution is better than the Bill of Rights, but nowhere in the Constitution do I see a bake clause.
Okay, nowhere in the Constitution do I see a let's let Maryland tax the Second Bank of the United States.
No!
I will not have this bickering in my courtroom. If you guys cannot speak respectably, please exit.
Bet.
Oh, what?
How do you feel about this?
Women.
There were lots of factors that influenced our decision, such as the fact that after the War of 1812, many banks collapsed or became unstable, so the National Bank was needed to facilitate the failing economy. The jury unanimously decided that Congress has the right to create the National Bank. It's unconstitutional for the states to tax the National Bank, and it's unpatriotic to go against national interest.
I completely agree with this decision, and I believe it will have a profound effect on the nation that will benefit us in many ways.
Thank you.
My name is Judge Marshall, and I approve this message.
Wow, what a night in Washington, D.C. The legendary Chief Justice has ruled in favor of McCulloch and ruled that the taxation of the National Bank unconstitutional. What a monumental step in national supremacy. For those of you who don't know, the Supremacy Clause states that the laws set by the Constitution or the federal government are the supreme law of the land.